Once again, you know, one of the incredible stories that we've been talking about so much from the mass shooting downtown yesterday is the response from our local heroes. Most notably, the police officers who stopped that gunman in his tracks.
Cincinnati Police Chief Eliot Isaac was gracious enough to come in and sit down with us this morning on a very, very busy day, another busy day. Chief, thank you. Let's just start with those officers. How are they doing? We care so much about the victims and what they're going through, but how are your officers doing?
They're doing well. Obviously, when you go through a situation like this, you're shaken. You know, when you have a little time to reflect, you know, there's that adrenaline rush, and after that dump takes place, you get an opportunity to just sit back and reflect, and you're shaking a little bit, but they're doing fine. They performed heroically. I don't have a better word to even describe it. Later today, we'll show the videos, the body cam videos, and you'll see the heroic actions of these officers. I couldn't be more proud of them.
We know a lot of the nuts and bolts about what happened yesterday, but what I want to ask you about is these people. You know, there are these 4 officers that engaged that gunman. What can you tell us about them?
You know, they're all highly experienced officers. You know, they all were assigned to the central business section, all but one who worked in District 1. But they were all selected to work in the downtown area because they're great officers, they're experienced, and I think it really showed by their actions yesterday.
There's a particular story that you wanted to share about one of those officers and what yesterday was supposed to be for that officer as opposed to what it ended up being. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, there was one officer, it was his last day working before he decided to retire. And you know, I think when officers retire, that's always one of their greatest fears.
My goodness.
Man, something like this happens on my last day. You hear stories throughout your career at times when something very tragic happens on an officer's last day, but fortunately he made it through and everything was fine.
How did he start that day thinking about his last day? Was he thinking, I'm just going to be here with my brothers and sisters and be downtown one more time? What was his mindset going into the day?
I'm sure that was his day. You know, he wanted to, one last time, go out and do my job one last time before I put it into a very long career.
Because that's what you guys want to do. I mean,
absolutely.
You love doing your job, don't you?
Absolutely. You know, this job calls you to it. It's not something you choose, it actually chooses you. And it takes a unique person to do what our folks do.
What would you tell the people of Cincinnati, tell people of the tri-state who come downtown, who come to Fountain Square, and we talked about this a little bit during the commercial break, to celebrate a victory, to unify behind some kind of movement. What would you tell them about coming to downtown Cincinnati?
Even though this is a horrific tragedy, and we had 3 individuals, innocent individuals, lose their life. But even in that tragedy, you know, we are here to protect our city, to make our city safe. I believe Cincinnati is a very safe city, particularly our downtown area. This was actually the first shooting incident all year long that has taken place in the downtown area. So, and we're here to respond, we're here to keep people safe. I encourage everybody to continue to frequent our downtown, particularly Fountain Square. It is the center of our city, and we're very proud of it, and we'll do everything we can to protect it and make it safe for everyone.
Well, there is just absolutely no doubt, Chief, that those officers saved lives. Although 3 were lost, they saved lives yesterday.
And I'll talk about that a little bit later today. This individual came with the intention on killing a lot of people. He brought a lot of ammunition with him. He was prepared to hurt or kill a lot of people.
Thank God they were there.
Yeah, so tragically, we mourn for those who were lost, but I think his intention was to do a lot more.
Chief, you let your officers know that we stand with them and we appreciate them looking out for all of us.
Thank you, we appreciate that.
And we appreciate your 30 years of service too.
Thank you,
Chief.